So I found, you know how I made that giant fucking pillar out in the desert to do this achievement?
Yeah.
If you jump off of that with the Elytra, you could get all the way to the second village without having to use a rocket.
Hmm.
Oh, nice.
A
So
rocket.
that is a good way for me to at least travel one way.
Oh, he is out of cards. I could just be nice and just end the game now. Or I could just lay down all my cards until I have so many points that he cries.
You are a douchebag, so you're probably gonna go with the second one.
I'm already doing it.
Eh, they came out with a game they
Wait,
had in
so
Assassin's Creed in real life.
oh,
Ooh.
Ulag, I think it was called.
Actually, I bet you could buy this game in real life too.
well, probably. That's literally half the point of fucking mini games in video games is that you can turn it into an actual game that people spend money on.
No, at least they put a lot of like effort into it.
Sometimes.
Well, I mean, in this game, I
Yeah.
don't know any other.
That's like the people that make different versions of chess in like their stories, knowing that people will buy things for that chessboard. I can't tell you the amount of like 250 $300 wizard chess sets there are out there. And then there's the company that like makes chess pieces based off of movies. So
Yep.
like there's like the Transformers board I've seen like a Lord of the Rings board. It's just like Jesus. I think the most accurate movie chessboard I've seen is probably the Lord of the Rings because both Sauron and Frodo are the kings of like the two different boards and both of them are fucking useless and can't do anything and need to be protected the whole movie.
That is actually quite enjoyable to think about.
Minecraft soundtrack gets unnecessarily epic from time to time, and it's like, this is literally a building game. What the fuck were they doing?
I love it.
There's times where, like, the soundtrack's going, I'm like, you'd think I just killed the fucking demon lord. Like, what
Hmm.
the fuck did they think I accomplished? I spent the past 40 minutes mining fucking stone. I've been playing Far Cry 5 so much the past, like, 2 weeks. And over all this time that I've been playing it, I've come to hate that game more than I did before I went back to it.
Wow.
And I got even more frustrated. So today, I was curious because I'm like, this game's trash. I'm like, and most people called it out for being trash. I'm like, streamers that played it said it was garbage. I'm like, most of the fan base agreed that 5 was just terrible. And so I was like, I'm curious to see where people line this game up in comparison to the others. In most like lists, like listing out the best to worst Far Cry games, we're all pretty consecutive of like Far Cry 5 is the lowest rated of the newer ones and normally only tends to beat out like 1 and 2 which are super dated and old. And they always like so there's like I think there's like 10 games out now because of like spin-offs. And everyone normally said that Far Cry 5 sat somewhere between like 6 and 8 on the list. And Far Cry 3 was always normally 1 or 2 because it's easily the best game in the series. Its only competition is a spin off game that came out like a year after. And so I'm like, yeah, most people agree. I'm like, this sounds right. And then I read one list on fucking Screen Rant of all things that put fucking Far Cry 3 at spot 6 and Far Cry 5 at third best game of the series. I'm like, I could
So
respect
surprising.
the idea of somebody saying, I liked Far Cry 5. It's like, okay, it's probably the first game in the series they ever played. They don't know what to expect. But I'm like, when you're saying that Far Cry 5 is not only a good game, but much better than 3, that's the point where I finally can admit that there are times where opinions are wrong. And whoever wrote that article from Screen Rant needs to never write an opinion piece again because their opinion is so bad I think they're an idiot now.
Well, Matt, you know what I bet? Because, I mean, I'm sure you've seen this on Screen Rant. Uh, they seem to be very much so trying to get any attention they can. They seem to force a lot of their content.
So glad there's just a giant fucking penis on the world. That's like the only one that's not subtle enough to like you could miss it if you weren't actually looking for it. Because Harry's got a lot of subtle hidden penises on the world. And then there's that.
Yeah, it's like Disney's hidden Mickeys. It's Harry's hidden penises.
Yeah. There's maybe the nerd. Like, when I brought Connor in to do that with us, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, Connor knows a lot of stuff. He'll be able to point things out. And I was expecting trivia like, there's hidden Mickeys hidden all over. I know one or two of them. I wasn't expecting him to check every ride and be like, there's a hidden Mickey there. Oh, they have it. Good job. Or they missed that one. I'm like, Jesus, Connor, what the fuck?
He knows that place too well.
He does. They need to make the stone cutters fucking faster. This is so obnoxious. They should make it so that you could use the stone cutter on an axe and make it a throwing axe.
That'd be cool, but I don't think they'll ever do that.
We need more combat abilities in Minecraft.
Where's the magic in it?
They used to let you block, and then they got rid of that feature.
Yeah, they're gonna change the combats to match the Java one.
Oh, they are?
I think so.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, Java not only kept, like, that block feature, but, like, they have, like, different animations. You do, like, sideways swings and shit.
Yeah, I don't remember what they're going to do. I just heard that they're going to be revamping the combat.
It's about time. Combat on this version is shit.
Oh yeah. Swing sword wildly, hope you kill it.
Yeah. It's the way that they swing really hits me more like how you would do it in like a 2D platformer where it's just the enemy does one overhead swing, or you do one overhead swing at the enemy on repeat.
Yeah. Why is this thing's named Fred? It is a giant antelope deer thing.
They can be named Fred.
Or maybe I'm reading it wrong. No, it looks like Fred.
Yeah, they can be named Fred. Why do you think that you get to guard the names and determine what's human and what's not?
I just want to know who named it.
He did.
I don't know if he did. I don't think he has intelligence, Matt.
I think he does. I think you're just being an animalist.
I think this is Fiend. Never mind. Although Fred is a lot better.
You just complained about how his name was Fred, and now you're saying that it's better.
Well, he didn't have a name then. You know, his name was Fiend then, and that's stupid.
Are you sure that's his name and
what
not
he
his
is.
race?
Yeah, I mean, it's both. That's what it said.
Oh. Like I was gonna say, like, normally when you play MMOs and you fight demons, that's because they're the demon race. They're not all named demon.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until... Well, I thought it said Fred because it was small writing.